Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another class with Stampin' with Corinne. Most of you will have a packet, but in case you don't, you can still watch the video and I will give some dimensions. Okay. So here are the projects that you're going to create today. They're really fun and cute cards that would be appropriate for, children or teenagers or whatever. I did have to change out this. This is a sample from a number of years ago. And you all may have different designer paper here, but this, everybody should have the same. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start with the party pants. So as you should have an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock that is already scored for you. This will be your card base. So like I said, some basic tools is a bone folder, but you can always use your nail, a spoon, a plastic knife. There's quite a few things you may have where you are or around your house that you could use. So that's your card base. Then we have a pretty layer behind, which you can see because you have it. I've already embossed it with some clouds. Now when I say emboss, and people don't always know what I mean, but it's taking a folder like this and you stick it through, you put your paper in the middle and you stick it through a machine that does all of that raising for you. There are several machines on the market, so I don't think one's any better than the other. I think it's a personal preference. Then you should have a large piece of paper to decorate the flap of your envelope. And then you will have 6 pieces of designer paper. There should be 2 of 3 different patterns that match. And then you have a piece of twine here that's going to be your clothesline to hang your pants on. And then you're going to have some black circles and some words for you to use. A little heart, a bow to put on one of your pajama bottoms or pant bottoms or whatever you want to call them. And then a strip of this pretty gold that matches our heart that we're going to put on one pair of pants. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to push all of these pieces aside for a minute. I'm going to attach my little rope here. Kind of looping it down a little bit. And I think I used a little bit of tape. You can use tape runner. So I just have a couple of little pieces of 2-sided tape here. And again, there's many different brands. It's a trial and error until you can find the one that you like. Flip that right over. I am going to try to loop it a little bit. So it looks like a clothesline. And then I'm going to use some wet glue. That's my personal preference. I think as you get more and more into card making, you'll decide what you like the best. Alright, so we're going to center this so that we have a nice white border all the way around on our card base. Really smooth it out. Make sure I don't have any bumps or lumps in between. Then I'm going to take my party pants And just put a little drop of glue right here to hold that down. And I'm going to cut these. There's like 3 of them there. They're quite wide, so I like to get a lot of bang for my buck, so I'm going to cut a piece off in it. And as you can see, there's 2 protective coatings on this to keep it from sticking to everything that you don't want it to. So I'm taking off one of the back ends. I'm putting it on the back here, pressing it down well, and then taking that other protective coating off. Whoops, looks like my word slipped. Let me put that back where I want it. And then I'm going to put that about right here in the center. Now, for my little pants, I'm going to match them up. Like that. I think I'll put the neutral color in the middle. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this. So I'm going to put some wet glue. Oops. Try to line them up. And you have enough that you can put it right across both of them. You can see I have a little space in the middle. I'm going to hold that there for about 10 or 15 seconds. And then I can flip it over. Oh, that side's cute too. We could have used that side. That's what's nice about this paper. It is double-sided, so you have the opportunity to select what you like the best. Alright, so I've got that one decorated. And then this one is going to get the little heart. So we're going to put a drop of glue right there. And then put the little heart about where I would think the knee is. Again, holding that down for just a few seconds. Now we need to flip these over and put some, oh, I think I'll use the striped side, it shows up better. Flip these over and put some of these pop-ups that I gave you behind it. So I'm going to cut a bunch of pieces. And start putting some down. And again, there's many brands of this on the market as well. And it's a personal preference what you like. So I'm just taking that protective coating off right now. Once in a while, like I see here, you get one that's kind of a double whammy. It's got double paper. I'm not sure. I'm sure they're made by a machine, so quality assurance is probably not always top notch. And I'm gonna put a little piece on the bottom of these. So you want to make sure you cut it accordingly. Whoops, let me get my little paper out. If you're at the center and you need more, if you're at the center making these, I'm sure that they can help you. If you should need some more. Alright, let's put this one on here. And this one on here. And this one here. Looks like I could have used one more piece, but we'll be okay. So let me get all of these little trashy things out of the way so they're not so distracting. Okay, so let's bring in the card base that we're working on. Like I said, I'm going to put this one in the middle. Take off those protective coating. I always start in the middle and work to the sides. To me, it's a little easier to balance it out. That's just me. Now you want to overlap this a little bit to create the crotch of the pants. And then I'm going to put one over here on the other side. Again, I'm peeling off if you use the edge of your fingernails or your scissors. I cut these all out with a punch. But I'm sure you could hand cut them and use some of those. Oh, but we're going to do this a little different. There's no right or wrong. Take the protective off. And this one, since I don't have a piece up here, I'm just going to put a drop of glue. Are those not the cutest things? And then a little drop of glue here. And then I stamped some words for you inside as well. So let me put a little bit of adhesive there. I hope you're all having fun. Crafting, card making is such a wonderful social thing, and you get the sense of accomplishment because you finished something. So there we go. So now I'm going to take this piece of my decorative paper for my envelope, put some Tombow, or you could use your tape runner if you have those tape runners. I just don't happen to have mine handy right here. Let that sit just for a minute before I cut it. Make sure it's adhered before I try to cut it. I don't want it to move on me. Let me take some scissors. Just follow the edge of my envelope. This is just a piece of scrap. It's probably about 2.5 by 6, I'm guessing, off the top of my head. I didn't really measure it. It was just in the pile from cutting out those things. So there's a pretty envelope for this card. Now let's work on this cute little owl. I just think he's the sweetest thing. So again, you have a card base. You have that embossed piece, which is 4 by 5 1/4. Then you have some, I punched them out and they're on glue dots for you. You have your little vest, your owl, and your pop-up. And it looks like I might not have put any in here, so grab some, put on the back here. Okay. And then wrapped in this Post-it note is your twine. So I like to save on the bulk of my cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this and measure it across And I want 2 pieces. As you can see in the sample, it is doubled. And I'm going to take just like I did last time, a little bit of that tearing tape or heavy duty tape. People call it all kinds of things. Score tape. Okay, so now I need to take off that protective coating. And on this card, since it's so heavily embossed, I am going to use some more of this tape. Sometimes you can get the edgiest scissors under there. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to wrap that around and attach it, just like that. Looks straight. I'm going to put a little bit more of this tape. As you can see, I have tape on all 4 sides. They don't have to connect because it's pretty strong tape, so it will hold your project in place. I'm just burnishing this because it's so detailed embossed that I want to make sure it sticks. Okay, let me grab my card base. Again, I'm going to fold it in half. Make sure it lines up. Take something to burnish it down. Peeling that protective coating off. And trying to center this. So again, I have a nice white border. Try to have all the same amount around. Now I'm going to take this leftover that I have and fold it in half and tie a bow. So I'm going to slide it up underneath. And just tie a cute bow. I like this trick for a couple of reasons. It cuts down on the bulk of the card. So if you're mailing it, it helps with that. And then if you hold down your knot like you see me doing right now, you can even out your little loops. Cut that off. Now this card, if you're going to mail it, will probably take 1.5 ounces, what they call 1.5 ounces of stamp. I think they're like 70 cents a piece. You can buy them at your local post office. I'm not too sure if the stores that sell stamps would have them. And then you put your 2 white pieces down first, and they go down over just a little bit so that they're coming out on the edge right here. There's already some adhesive there, so make sure when you're peeling it off, you get your nail down and under there just a little bit. And then we're going to put the pupils. And then put that on the back of this gold. Now make sure you let it sit for a few seconds because that gold is a slippery finish and it will take a few minutes to dry. Now if you have access to a gel pen, a white gel pen, you can put a couple of pupils, but if you don't, it's still cute, just like it is. So let me bring back in the cards that we created together. Show the envelope. And there you have it, 2 super cute, sweet projects that I hope you enjoyed making. I will be back again soon with another class. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye.